this is the literal footage of what I first saw from China when I came out of the subway, and I was genuinely in awe. I wasn't expecting it to feel so spacious, so colorful, and so organized. It was such a cool first impression of China. And then we arrived at the apartment we'd rented, and it was supposed to have a kitchen, but the kitchen turned out to be a kettle. So naturally, we went to the first shop next door, which was Walmart, and we bought a rice cooker and some veggies because we still wanted to cook our own meals. And this was the view from our apartment. We were staying on the 23rd floor. One thing my mom really wanted to try was traditional Chinese medicine and massage, so we found a clinic just a couple of streets from our apartment. And the practitioner was blind, didn't speak English, and we didn't speak Chinese. So obviously we had this whole conversation through Google Translate, which was very not normal, but incredibly, the practitioner could just feel by his hand everything that was wrong with the spine or the legs, and it was very impressive. Also, something that really surprised me was how green it is. I came here not knowing much about China, obviously, but I arrived in a very futuristic city with skyscrapers, electric cars, electric scooters everywhere. But at the same time, there are so many trees, and they're so well looked after. Everything feels lush and cared for. And I just love that balance between such a modern city and so much greenery. To show you what I got from a little grocery shopping trip. Eggplant, carrots, some French beans, some sprouted soy beans or mung beans. Yeah, I think it's mung. Corn and tofu. So let's cook. Another place we explored was Fujian, one of the main districts of Shenzhen. And I did some research on Shenzhen, and I saw that it was this futuristic tech-focused city. So I was expecting something very intense and busy, but look at this. It's so peaceful and quiet. Anyway, we went there at first because we wanted to go to this huge bookstore. Somehow we expected that we'd be able to find anything art related, such as watercolor paintings and brushes and stuff. But in the end, I mean, look at those very pretty miniatures, but we could only find like stationery and books. So we didn't buy anything art related, but it was a very fun place to explore. And again, one thing that I could only notice is how beautiful. Look at all those trees and then have that combo work with the skyscrapers, the technology, the clean lines, but still having so much variety of trees and plants. After spending a week in Luohu district, we wanted to explore different sides of Shenzhen, and we went off-center and we booked another apartment, but somehow the place was much more isolated than we expected, and it was so dirty. So thankfully the customer service was helpful and we managed to cancel the booking. And then after we were stranded at night in the middle of nowhere, but we found this little hotel, and as secluded as it felt, there was the strongest internet connection that I've ever had in China. So we stayed 2 nights. We explored the surroundings, which were a lot more local than what we had seen before, and then we finally managed to make our way into the Pingshan district, which is up north of Shenzhen, and there we stayed another 10 days. One thing that really stood out to me in China also was the amount of food everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen so many restaurants, little food shops and places to eat packed into such a small area, like zone. There was just food everywhere. But there's one thing that was quite challenging for us being vegetarian. I'm sure there are plenty of options because we didn't speak Chinese and didn't know how to look for. We struggled to find them. But that because of that, we couldn't taste any of the Chinese specialties, and we just ended up cooking a lot in our apartment. But I really wanted to try Chinese dumplings, so I decided to make them myself. So can't say that they are very OG dumplings, but I went to buy traditional dumpling flour, and I made them from scratch, as you can see. And I didn't even have a rolling pin, so that was something. But they turned out really good. Like even my parents, who don't really, like, they're not huge fans of dumplings, they really enjoy them. So I think the flour is what really made the difference. So I guess I maybe didn't get the Chinese dumplings, but I made dumplings in China. Close enough, right? It's pretty funny because when you say to your friends that you're going in a foreign country, everyone expects it for holidays, right? And one part of it is for holidays, is for a change of air. But when you work remote, it's like nowhere's really for holidays. It's just, yeah, a change of air, but then you still have to finish your deadlines and everything. So right now I'm in the park in China, and I'm looking for a table so that I can set up my laptop and work.
made it back. I feel like, I think it took about 5 hours to get back, considering everything. But it's a nice experience, and it's so weird because when before going to Hong Kong again, I was feeling like, oh, I'm missing Hong Kong. I wish we were there. It just feels more international. It just feels like I can talk to people in English. And then, so we spent a day in Hong Kong, right? And then suddenly we come back, and I'm like, oh, I love how quiet China is. Oh, I feel so happy. I feel at home. It just feels like I'm all over the place, but crazy how you can feel home so quickly.
Just down the road from where we were staying was this huge contemporary art museum, so of course I had to go and have a look. The building itself was incredibly modern, and the exhibition definitely matched the vibe of the building. And I'll be honest, I was confused by most of the artworks, but one thing that I really enjoyed was trying virtual reality for the first time, and it was a very cool experience. Like, the whole scenography was very spot on, and I think they made the most of that technology, and it was really cool. But yeah, as I walked outside, because the museum is right next to the park, and after a while of looking at contemporary art, just seeing the beautiful trees, the different types of textures and the shades of green, I thought that was the real art. And then, lucky for us, even though it was sunny when we came out, as we made it back home just in time, about a couple of minutes later it started pouring rain and the biggest storm rolled in. It was very impressive and kind of intimidating being from the 20-something floor, but I was very grateful to see how everything turned out perfectly, and it was our last evening in China.